Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. For those who are new, my name is Helena Fergaman. In today's tutorial I will show you how to create this long sweater dress by using crochet stitches techniques only. First we will work on crochet yoke pieces, then I will navigate you how to join yoke pieces together, and after that I will explain to you how to work the body shape and sleeve shape pieces to fit the curve yoke design, and adjusting the lengths if required, and add the crochet border and the pockets at the end. On this page you can see all the crochet stitches we are going to use. During the tutorial you will see the diagram on the screen with two rows or rounds. One represents the previous row and the row on top that is in progress. For the larger pattern I will add a larger diagram for a short time to specify the difference in a stitch between sizes, and after that diagram will be on the screen for size S and M, and I will specify where to add additional stitches for other sizes. In this project I used Wally yarn, 100% extra fine merino wool, belong to the group 4, the hook size of 5mm, and you will also require hook size of 6mm or 6.5mm. The hook size is only suggestion, adjust your tension by using different sizes if required. In the video description I will add the link to the product as well. My crochet tension is 15.5 treble crochet UK or double crochet US in width, and 9 treble crochet UK or double crochet US in length per 10 centimeters. I will start with octagon motif. Altogether you will have to work 6 of them. To begin, create a slip knot and chain 6 stitches. After that, insert your hook into a first chain stitch and form a circle with the slip stitch. If you look at the diagram, you can see that we have to work double crochet US or treble crochet UK term stitches by forming cluster stitches. Usually we would have to chain 3 when we work double US or treble UK stitches to begin a new round, but because we have to work a cluster stitch, we are going to chain 2. To begin a new round, chain 2. I will show a few cluster stitches in a slow mood if you are new to crocheting. Yarn over, insert your hook into a circle space, and make sure you are also working the stitches around the tail by keeping the yarn tail side by side with the circle. Pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we have 2 loops on the hook. Next, yarn over into the circle space, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. The first cluster stitch has been completed, and now chain 3 and work second cluster stitch. Yarn over into a circle space, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we have 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over into circle space, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over into the circle space, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we have 4 loops on the hook and pull through all 4 loops. Continue working on the round. Altogether work 8 cluster stitches with the 3 chain stitches between them. Only the first cluster stitch will have 3 stitches and 3 loops on the hook before you pull the yarn through. The rest of them will have 3 stitches and 4 loops on the hook before you pull the yarn through. After completing the 8th cluster stitch, chain 3 and finish the round with the slip stitch. Count 3 stitches from the bottom up, and when you insert the hook into a loop, make sure to have 2 loops on top of your hook. If you look at the diagram, 3 green dots represent slip stitches. We have completed 1 of them, and now we have to work 2 additional slip stitches to start the new round. The next round consists of cluster stitches and chain stitches as well, but this round we have to work treble crochet US or double treble crochet UK term stitches by forming a cluster stitch. Usually we would have to chain 4 when we work the treble US or double treble UK stitch to begin a new round, but because we have to work a cluster stitch, we are only going to chain 3 to begin a new round. 1, 2, 3. Once again, I'm going to show a few stitches in a slow mode if you are new to crocheting. Yarn over twice into a space, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over twice into the same space, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over twice into the same space, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over twice into the same space, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we have 5 loops on the hook. Also we have 5 crochet stitches, yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. Next we have to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have an additional stitch, therefore on the end of next cluster stitch we will have to pull through all 6 loops, not 5 loops. Okay, I'm going to show once again in a slower mode. Yarn over twice into next space, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over twice into the space, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over twice into the same space, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over twice into the same space, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we have 5 loops on the hook and only 4 stitches. We need to work one last stitch, yarn over twice into the same space, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we have 6 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 6 loops. We have completed our second cluster stitch. Continue working on the round, altogether 8 cluster stitches and 5 chain stitches between them. After completing the last cluster stitch, chain 5 and complete the round with the slip stitch. Count the 4th stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4. Once again, 2 loops on the hook and connect with the slip stitch. Before you begin next round, we will have to work 2 slip stitches. 1, and 2. The next round consists of double crochet US or double crochet UK term stitches and chain stitches between them. To begin a new round, we have to chain 3 and after that work 5 times double crochet US or 5 times treble crochet UK round chain stitches, 3 chain stitches at the beginning of the round, count as 1 double crochet US or 1 treble crochet UK stitch. After completing the first set of 6, chain 2 and work 6 times double crochet US or 6 times treble crochet UK stitches again into the next space, and continue with the pattern 6 2 6 2 6 2. When you come to the end of the round, after completing the last set of 6, chain 2 and complete the round with the slip stitch into a third chain stitch at the beginning of the round. Count from the bottom up. And once again, we should have 2 loops over the hook and 1 under the hook when we work on a slip stitch to close the round. In the next round, we will have to work back race stitches for size SM and L and XL. Work double crochet US or treble crochet UK around the post, and around 2 chain stitches work 3 times double crochet US or treble crochet UK stitches. And for the sizes double XL and triple XL, work back race treble crochet US or back race double treble crochet UK around the post, and around 2 chain stitches work 3 times treble crochet US or double treble crochet UK stitches. To begin a new round, we will have to chain 2 or 3 chains according to your size. But before that, we have to work 1 stitch by inserting the hook from the back to front around the post that is formed by 3 chain stitches. And only after that, chain 2 for sizes from S to XL, and chain 3 for sizes double and triple XL. On the screen, I will have a diagram for sizes from S to XL. And if you're working on double or triple XL, please make sure you work the right stitch. It will be yarn over twice around the hook, not once like in the video. Now I'm going to show the back race stitch in a slow mode. Yarn over, insert your hook from the back to front around the post of the stitch and work the stitch in the usual way. Yarn over, around the post from the back, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. In this example, I'm going to show you how to work back race treble crochet US or back race double treble crochet UK. Yarn over twice, insert your hook from the back around the post, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Once again, yarn over twice, from the back around the post, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. This will be stitch for size double and triple XL. Next, I'm going to show how to work treble crochet US or double treble crochet UK into a stitch. Yarn over twice, insert your hook into stitch, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. After, when you complete working back race stitches, work 3 times WS or 3 times treble UK for sizes from S to XL, and for the sizes double and triple XL, work 3 times treble US or 3 times double treble UK into a space around 2 chain stitches. By working back race stitches, we are creating the rich surface that forms a three-dimensional design in the octagon, and we will have to create a few of them in this design. Repeat the pattern 6 3 6 3 6 3, and when you come to the end of the round, complete the round with the slip stitch. Work the slip stitch into a back stitch only at the beginning of the round. Make sure you have only one back loop on the hook. This is required for the next round. Work the stitch into a second chain if you chain 2, and work a slip stitch into a third stitch if you've chained 3. The next round consists of back loop WS crochet or back loop treble UK crochet stitches, 8 back loop stitches for each side, and 3 chain stitches between them. To begin a new round, chain 3 and work 6 times back loop double crochet US or 6 times treble crochet UK turn stitches. Yarn over, insert your hook under the back loop only, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull the last 2 loops. And once again, yarn over, insert your hook under the back loop only, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull the last 2 loops. Continue working into back loop stitches, and the front loop in this design will create a line ridge on the facing side. If you look at the diagram, you can see that after chaining 3 stitches at the beginning of the round, we have to work only 6 back loop WS or treble UK turn stitches and add an additional stitch at the end of the round. After completing 6 back loop stitches, chain 3, skip 1 and work 8 back loop WS or treble UK crochet stitches. Repeat the pattern to the end of the round, 831, 831, 831, and when you come to the end of the round, after the last set of 8 back loop stitches, chain 3, skip 1 and work a 1 back loop stitch and complete with the slip stitch into the third chain stitch at the beginning of the round. This time insert your hook into a stitch, make sure you have 2 loops on the hook. The next round will be similar to the fourth round. We will have to work back race stitches. The diagram on the screen for size SM, and if you are working on sizes from L to triple XL, you will have to work treble crochet US or double treble crochet UK stitches instead. To begin a new round, we will have to chain 2 or 3 chains according to your size, but before that we have to work 1 stitch by inserting the hook from the back to front around the post that is formed by 3 chain stitches, and only after that chain 2 for size SM and chain 3 for size from L to triple XL. For the first side, work 6 back loop array stitches and work 1 stitch around the chain stitches according to your size. Chain 3 and work 1 stitch again into the same space, and after that work 8 back array stitches till the next space. Repeat the pattern to the end of the round. Each side should have 10 stitches and 3 chain stitches between them. And when you come to the end of the round, after the last stitch around the chain stitches, work an additional back race stitch and complete with the slip stitch. Into a second stitch if you chained 2, and into third stitch if you've chained 3 at the beginning of the round. Use the back loop of the stitch only because the next round includes back loop stitches again. This is the last round. Work back loop treble crochet UK or back loop double crochet US into every stitch and work 3 times treble UK or 3 times double US crochet stitches into a space around 3 chain stitches, 10 back loop stitches for each side and 3 stitches between them. And when you come to the end of the round, after working 3 stitches around 3 chain stitches, work the last 2 back loop stitches and complete the round with the slip stitch into a third chain stitch at the beginning of the round. After completing the last round, don't cut the yarn, work approximately 25 loose chain stitches, plus with the end we will use the yarn tail to join the pieces afterwards. When you complete all the crochet pieces, you will have to move the yarn tail into the corner of the octagons. Please avoid the slip stitch finish, open the round and create a V-shaped stitch instead, and weave the end into the corner by using back side of your work. If you are using the same yarn, I would recommend starting each octagon with a new ball of yarn, as it will not be enough for the second octagon. You can use the rest of the yarn for other crochet pieces and when working on the sleeves and shaping parts. Next, I will show you how to create this crochet part. You will need crochet 4 of them. To begin, create a slip knot and chain 4. After that, insert the hook into the first chain stitch and join it with the slip stitch. To begin the next round, chain 9, and after that work a cluster stitch that consists of 5 treble crochet US or 5 double treble crochet UK turn stitches. Work the stitches into space around the chain stitches. After that, chain 5 and complete the row with treble crochet US or double treble crochet UK. To begin a new row, chain 3 and work 6 times double crochet US or 6 times treble crochet UK around chain stitches. After that, chain 2 and work 6 times double US or treble UK into the next space around chain stitches, and work the last stitch into the 4th chain stitch. Count from the bottom up. To begin the next row, chain 2 and work back race WS or back race treble UK turn stitches. After that, 3 times WS or treble UK into a space around 2 chain stitches, and work 7 times back race stitches again. The next round consists of front loop stitches, chain 3 and work 7 times front loop WS or front loop treble UK. After that, chain 3, skip 1 and work 8 times front loop WS or 8 times treble UK. To begin the next round, chain 2 and work 7 times back race WS or 7 times back race treble UK stitches. For the sizes from S to XL, work 1 WS or 1 treble UK into a space and around 3 chain stitches, chain 3 and work an additional stitch into the same space. And for the sizes double and triple XL, work 2 times WS or 2 times treble UK into space around chain stitches, chain 3 and work 2 additional stitches into the same space. And after that, work 8 back race stitches again. To begin a new row, chain 3, work double crochet US or treble crochet UK stitches into front loop only. For the sizes from L to triple XL, work 2 times treble UK or WS into the same front loop stitch, and around 3 chain stitches, work 3 times treble UK or 3 times WS crochet stitches. Once again, don't cut the yarn, chain approximately 35 chain stitches and add the tail for the weaving. Additionally, you can measure 4 times the length of this piece before cutting the yarn. The next piece is part of the shoulder, and we need to crochet 2 of them. To begin, create a slip knot and chain 4. After that, work 2 double crochet US or 2 treble crochet UK into the first chain. For sizes SM, the next row begins with the 6 chain stitches and work 1 stitch into the last chain stitch. Whereas for other sizes, chain 3 and work 1 WS or 1 treble UK into the same stitch, chain 3 and work 2 times WS or 2 times treble UK into the last chain stitch. For all sizes, the new row begins with 3 chain stitches. For sizes SM, work 2 WS or 2 treble UK around chain stitches, chain 2 and work additional 2 stitches into the same space around 3 chain stitches. And the last stitch, work into the third chain stitch, count from the bottom up. For any other sizes, work 1 treble UK, 1 WS into a stitch. After that, 2 WS or 2 treble UK around chain stitches, chain 2 and repeat 2 stitches into the same space, and work 2 treble UK or 2 WS into last 2 stitches, 1 stitch per stitch. The next row begins with 2 chain stitches, and after that work 2 front race stitches for sizes SM and work 3 front race stitches for other sizes. To work front race stitch, we have to insert the hook from the front to back and work the WS or treble UK in the usual way. After that, 2 WS or 2 treble UK around 2 chain stitches, and 3 front race WS or 3 front race treble UK for sizes SM, and 4 front race stitches for any other sizes. The next row consists of back loop WS or back loop treble UK stitches and 2 chain stitches between them. The next row begins with 2 chain stitches, and after that work front race WS or front race treble UK around every stitch, and for sizes from S to XL work 2 WS or treble UK around 2 chain stitches and 2 chain stitches between them, whereas for double and triple XL work 2 stitches, chain 2 and 2 stitches into the same space. And the last row mainly consists of back loop WS or back loop treble UK stitches and 2 treble UK or 2 WS in the middle, work around 2 chain stitches. You will have to connect this corner to the octagon, therefore measure 4 times the length of the yarn before cutting the yarn, or chain approximately 35 chain stitches. Next, I will show you how to crochet a neckline that will be attached to the octagons afterwards, and at the end I will explain how to add additional ribbing to the neckline to create the back part higher than the front part. To begin, create a slip knot and chain 96 for size SM, 108 chain stitches for size LXL, and 120 chain stitches for double XL and triple XL. Use the stitch markers every 10 or 20 stitches to make the counting easier, and after completing all the chain stitches, join with the slip stitch. Please make sure you don't twist your chain. The best way is to connect by laying it on a flat surface first and joining the chain together. The next round consists of treble crochet UK or double crochet US turn stitches. Work treble UK or double crochet US into every stitch. In total you should have 96 for sizes S and M, 108 for sizes L and XL, and 120 for double and triple XL. After that, join with the slip stitch into a third chain stitch at the beginning of the round. The next row has some difference in stitch quantities. For sizes SM, we will have to chain 5, skip 3, work a stitch into every fourth stitch, chain 5 and skip 3, and continue the pattern 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3. For sizes L and XL, the pattern repetition will be work 1 stitch, chain 5, skip 3, work a stitch, chain 5, skip 3, work stitch, chain 6, skip 4, work a stitch, chain 6 and skip 4. The repeats are 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 6 4 1 6 4, and repeat the pattern again. And if you look at double and triple XL, you will have to chain 6, skip 4, and work a stitch. The pattern will be 1 6 4 1 6 4. While I'm working on the pattern and showing how to work stitches, I will keep only size SM on the screen, and the numbers of skips or chains for other sizes will be over the stitches. The first number will represent size SM, the second number will represent size LXL, and the third number will be for size 2XL and 3XL. I will refer to sizes as size 1 for SM, size 2 will be LXL, and size 3 will be 2 and 3XL. To begin the third round, chain 1 and work 1 double crochet UK or 1 single crochet US. I'm working on the size 1. I'm going to chain 5 and skip 3. The same is for size 2. For size 3, chain 6 and skip 4 and work 1 double US or 1 treble UK into the 4th stitch. Chain 5 and skip 3 for size 1 and 2. Chain 6 and skip 4 for size 3. Next, chain 5 and skip 3 for size 1 and chain 6 and skip 4 for sizes 2 and 3 and work 1 single US or 1 double UK into the stitch. Once again, chain 5 and skip 3 for size 1 and chain 6 and skip 4 for sizes 2 and 3. Continue to the end of the round by repeating the pattern. This is a preview of the next round. To begin a new round, chain 5 for sizes 1, 2 and chain 6 for size 3. Skip all the chain stitches and work 1 double crochet UK or 1 single crochet US into a stitch, chain 3 and repeat the stitch into the same stitch. And once again, chain 5 for sizes 1, 2 and chain 6 for sizes 3. Skip all the chain stitches and work a prolonged slip stitch into a stitch. Next, chain 5 for size 1 and chain 6 for sizes 2, 3. Skip all the chain stitches and work a prolonged slip stitch into a stitch. And once again, chain 5 for size 1 and chain 6 for sizes 2, 3. Skip all the chain stitches and work a prolonged slip stitch into a stitch. Continue working on the pattern repeats to the end of the round. This is preview of round 4. To begin a new round, chain 3 for sizes 1, 2 and chain 4 for size 3. Work 1 double crochet UK or 1 single crochet US around chain stitches, and after that work 3 times double treble crochet UK or 3 times treble crochet US into a space around 3 chain stitches. Chain 3 and once again 3 times double treble crochet UK or 3 times treble crochet US into the same space. Next, work a 1 single crochet US or 1 double crochet UK around chain stitches. After that, chain 3 for sizes 1 and 2 and chain 4 for size 3. After that, work a prolonged slip stitch into a stitch. Chain 6 for size 1 and chain 7 for sizes 2 and 3. Work prolonged slip stitch into a stitch, and once again chain 6 for size 1 and chain 7 for sizes 2 and 3 and work prolonged slip stitch into a stitch. Continue working on the pattern repeats to the end of the round. Here's a larger preview in stitch difference between sizes. Start the round by chaining 1 and work 1 prolonged single US or 1 prolonged double UK. Work the stitch over all the slip stitches. To begin a new round, chain 1 and work 1 prolonged single US or 1 prolonged double UK. After that, work 2 times WS or 2 times treble UK around 3 chain stitches. So 1 treble UK into a stitch. For sizes 2XL and 3XL, work 2 times WS or 2 times treble UK into the stitch. Now work back loop WS or back loop treble UK into next 3 stitches. After that, 2 stitches into a space, chain 2 and work 2 stitches into the same space, around 3 chain stitches. Now work back loop WS or back loop treble UK into next 3 stitches again, and after that 1 WS or 1 treble UK into a stitch. For size double and triple XL, work 2 times WS or 2 times treble UK into the stitch. 2 stitches around chain stitches, 1 prolong single US or WK into the stitch. After that, chain 3 or 4 according to your size, work 1 WS or treble UK around chain stitches, chain 4, work 1 WS or treble UK around the next set of chain stitches, chain 3 or 4 according to your size, work prolong stitch again and repeat the pattern to the end of the round. When you come to the end, don't cut the yarn. We are going to use this end to connect to other pieces. After when all the crochet pieces are completed, they are joined together using the slip stitch seaming techniques by inserting the hook into the right side facing front back combo by using both loops on each side, both face sides facing out and wrong sides facing in. This technique will also create ridge edges. Connect octagon first by using one side and work stitches from corner to corner. While you are working slip stitches, make sure you don't tie them too tight. They should have some elasticity. After that, connect the other crochet parts using the same technique. When you arrive to this corner, after working the last stitch, pull the stitch over the octagons by creating a longer decorative stitch. The stitch shouldn't be too tight or too loose. Next, connect the neckline with another yoke part by using the same connecting technique. Work stitches from the side of the octagons. I will show a small part of how I'm connecting. From the octagon side, you have to use the whole edge stitch, 2 loops on the hook, and the neck part has some hole stitches and chain stitches on the edges. In some places you will have to go around the chain stitches. In some places you will have to insert hook into the stitch. After completing the yoke, work the border around the neckline. Start at the back and crochet in the round. Chain 2 to begin a new round. Work half WS or half treble UK into next stitch. After that, work 2 front raised WS or 2 front raised treble UK crochet stitches, and repeat the stitches by forming 2 by 2 rib. Work 2 half WS or 2 half treble UK into stitches, 1 stitch per stitch, and after that work 2 front raised WS or 2 front raised treble UK stitches, and continue to the end of the round 2 by 2 rib and join with the slip stitch. The next round consists of similar stitches with one extra stitch between raised stitches. It may look complicated at first, but it is very easy to accomplish. First, work 1 WS or 1 treble UK between raised stitches in the row below, and after that work puff stitch around the post, which is formed by 5 half double US or half treble UK stitches. Now I'm going to work 2 half WS or 2 half treble UK. Next, front raise WS or front raise treble UK. Now work WS or treble UK between stitches, and after that puff stitch around this last stitch. I'm going to slow down the process. Yarn over around the post, pull once, 1, yarn over around the post, pull once, 2, yarn over around the post, pull once, 3, yarn over around the post, pull once, will be 4th stitch, yarn over around the post and pull once again, will be 5th stitch. Now yarn over and pull through all stitches. Secure with 1 stitch. Now work raise front WS or raise front treble UK. After that work 2 half WS or 2 half treble UK stitches and 2 front raise stitches, and repeat the pattern to the end of the round. The next round will be decreasing round with similar stitches, but this time the front raise stitches have to be joined into one. Start working the front raise WS or front raise treble UK stitch, but don't complete the stitch. You should have 2 loops on the hook before your second raise stitch. When your second raise stitch is halfway through, you should have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. This is how this cluster stitch is formed. Continue to the end of the round by following the diagram from the top. The next round is formed by working 2 half WS or 2 half treble UK and 1 front raise WS or 1 front raise treble UK between them. And complete the neck border with the single crochet US or double crochet UK. The other option, you can reduce the stitch size at the front and make the back of the neck border higher than the front. For this part you would have to work some additional rounds as well. Place the stitch markers on points 1 and 1. It will be the first round of reducing the stitch height at the front, and mark on points 2 and 2 will be the second round of reducing the stitch height at the front. The stitches are marked in blue. This will be your transition stitches, plus you will have to work an additional round to complete the neck border. Next, work 2 times body pieces, 1 front piece and 1 back piece, and 2 times sleeves. Work treble crochet UK or double crochet US and crochet into stitch. All pieces start from the bottom up, and the decorative rib borders are worked at the end from the top down. The numbers over horizontal lines represent stitches, and the numbers next to vertical lines represent rows. Change the required amount of stitches with the hook 2 or 3 sizes larger than your working hook size. For example, if you use crochet hook of 5 mm for the main work, then chain foundation stitches with a hook size of 6 mm or 6 0.5 millimeters. After that, add 3 additional chain stitches with a working hook of 5 millimeters and work 1 treble crochet UK or 1 double crochet US into 5th chain stitch from the hook. The 3 chain stitches at the beginning of the row will count as 1 double US or 1 treble UK stitch. For example, if you look at the sleeve for the sizes S and M, cast on 52, for the sizes L and XL, cast on 58, and for double and triple XL, cast on 64. And on the side of the sleeve, the first number 5 represents how many rows for the border, which is work at the end. First, you will have to crochet 15 rows with the same amount of stitches for the sleeve, and after that increase 1 stitch on each side, crochet 4 rows and increase 1 stitch on each side, work 5 rows and increase 1 stitch on each side again, work 5 rows and increase 1 stitch on each side once again, and after that work last 4 rows before shaping. You will see the diagram for different sizes after I finish with the explanation. If you think you may require length alternations, then work 41 or 43 plus minus row instead of 45 for the body pieces, and 29 or 31 plus minus instead of 33 for the sleeve pieces, and can work additional rows in the round if required after all pieces are joined. Start from the bottom edge of each piece and work stitches from the edge in the round before crocheting the decorative border. The border also work in the round. Every 2 rows will add or reduce approximately 2 centimeters to the sleeve or body shape. The sleeve border will add an additional 4 centimeters to the sleeve length, and the dress border will add an additional 5 centimeters to the length. Additionally, you can start from the top down. Instead of decreasing, work increases, and instead of decreases, work increases. This is diagram for size SM. If you are working on different sizes, please don't skip this part. I will explain how to follow the shaping diagram, as it has similarities but has different stitch quantity. The first row of this diagram represents your last row and it looks faded. First we will look at the body shaping, and after we will look at the sleeve shaping. It is divided in 2 parts. Also, I mark the stitches in different color. The black stitches are part 1 and the purple mark as part 2. After finishing part 1, start the second part from the midpoint. It is important not to change the stitch direction for it to look like one piece. Work stitches by following stitch symbols. The dots are the slip stitches. You need to work them to start the next stitch at the right point. Make sure the slip stitches are not too tight. You need to keep elasticity throughout your work. When you are working cluster stitches with the 3 chain stitches at the front, chain 2 only, and the third stitch will be added automatically when you join WS or treble UK together with the 2 chain stitches. Here's the sleeve shaping. It has a similar structure. Work first part and after that work second part. The next 2 slides will be for the sizes from L to triple XL, and here's the diagram for shaping for size LXL, and this one is for double and triple XL. After completing all pieces, join front sleeve, back sleeve pieces only around the armhole at first. Work 2 single crochet US or 2 double crochet UK around each post. At first, you may use the slip stitch method technique to join the pieces, and after, when it comes to the side post stitches, work stitches around the post. You may have to work stitches around the post at first, and after working, use the slip method technique to join the rest of the armhole part. Your beginning stitches will depend if you start joining from the top or from the side. I'm starting from the sides. At first I work the slip stitch method technique to join these 2 parts. And now I'm going to work 2 single crochet US or 2 double crochet UK around the posts. This is a final result after seaming the sides. Make sure that when you join the pieces together, the front and the back and the sleeves have the same finish at the end. For example, all pieces will have the same facing side with a visible one row at the bottom, and if you turn it around, it will be visible 2 rows at the bottom instead. This way you can determine the face side of the piece. It doesn't matter which side you choose as long as the front and the back have the same facing side at the end, and use the same method for the sleeves. After that, when all 4 pieces are joined around the armhole, place the yoke over the body and sleeve pieces over the top edge, all sides facing you, secure with the fixing pins, and join in the round by using crochet slip stitch seaming technique over the face side by adding a chain effect over it. Continue working around the yoke by joining the body and the sleeves pieces with the yoke, and make sure your stitches are not too tight. The top stitches have to be flexible as other parts of your work. Here you can see how it looks on the facing side, and here's how it looks on the wrong side. After that, connect front piece with the back piece together, and after that join the sleeves sides as well. Use the same method as before, the face of the fabric facing in and the wrong side facing out, and work 2 single US or 2 double UK around the posts by joining them together. And after, when all pieces are completed, work an additional row in the round if required, or begin with the hem border. The sleeves border on the bottom edge of the dress start with the WS or treble UK stitches. While you are working this row, on each seaming side you will have to add an additional 2 stitches as on the diagram on the screen, 1 stitch for each side. Altogether add 2 stitches for each sleeve and 4 stitches for the front and back, 2 stitches per seam. The next round has 2 by 2 pattern combination. Work 2 half WS or 2 half treble UK, and work 2 front race WS or 2 front race treble UK stitches by forming a 2 by 2 rip effect. The round 3 has some difference in the stitches layout. You can also work a bottom border for the sleeve border if you prefer. Here you can see the difference in design. Work the puff stitches as you were working on the neckline border. When you work the next row before working a race front cluster stitch, you will have to increase 1 stitch, work half WS or half treble UK into race stitch at first, and after that work cluster stitch. Continue with the pattern, work additional 2 rows for the bottom edge and work only 1 additional row for the sleeves. Additionally, if you don't completely understand the diagram and how to work stitches, you can watch this border tutorial as separate video. You can find the direct link to the border tutorial in this video description. These are the final looks for the borders. The sleeve has a puff stitch between every race stitches, whereas the bottom hem has the puff stitch placed between every second sets of 2 race stitches. This is a finished look. The borders are working the round, and this is how the seam looks on the wrong side of the work. Next, we have to create the pockets. The stitches in this part will be almost similar to octagon stitches with 2 additional rows on the edge and plus the pocket hem and the main pocket. As you're already familiar with the stitches, I will only explain how to work rows in half a round. First chain 5, join with the slip stitch. After that chain 6, work cluster stitch, which is formed by working 3 US or 3 treble UK stitches together, chain 3 and repeat the pattern. Altogether 3 cluster stitches for this part with the 3 chain stitches between them, and finish this half round with a double US or treble UK stitch. To begin a new row, chain 6, turn your work and work cluster stitches that consist of 5 treble crochet US or 5 double treble crochet UK. Altogether you will have to work 4 cluster stitches and 5 chain stitches between them, and finish this row with 1 treble US or 1 double treble UK stitch into a third chain stitch, and count from the bottom up. When you complete this row, you will have to cut the yarn and leave a good amount for weaving the tail, and start the next row from the same place as your previous row. This is important for the pocket to be as identical to the yoke pieces. To begin this row, chain 3, work 2 WS or 2 treble UK into the first space, chain 2 and work 6 WS or 6 treble UK stitches into the next space, and repeat to the end of the row. When you come to the end, after completing 2 of 3 stitches, work the third stitch into the last stitch. Next, chain 2, turn your work and work front raise WS or front raise treble UK. When we worked the octagons, we inserted the hook from the back. This time you have to insert the hook from the front. Work front raise WS or front raise treble UK stitches around the post of each stitch, and work 3 WS or 3 treble UK into a space around 2 chain stitches. To begin the next row, chain 3 and work 3 back loop WS or 3 back loop treble UK into the next 3 stitches, 1 stitch per stitch, chain 3, skip 1 and work 8 back loop WS or 8 back loop treble UK stitches, chain 3, skip 1 and repeat the pattern. To begin the next row, chain 2 and work front raise WS or front raise treble UK around every stitch, and work 2 WS or 2 treble UK with the 3 chain stitches between them into a space. The next row begins with 3 chain stitches, and work back loop WS or back loop treble UK into every stitch, and work 3 WS or 3 treble UK into a space around 3 chain stitches. 2 rows to go to complete this part. This row begins with 2 chain stitches, and work a front raise WS or front raise treble UK around almost every stitch, chain 3, skip a second stitch of 3 which are placed around the chain stitches, and continue this pattern till the end of the round. And the last for this half, work back loop single crochet US or back loop double crochet UK stitches into every stitch, and work 2 back loop single US or 2 back loop double UK stitches into the first and the third chain stitches. After completing the last row, don't cut the yarn, chain 3 and work stitches around the side stitches. The first row consists of WS or treble UK stitches, and the second row consists of front raise WS or front raise treble UK stitches, and half WS or half treble UK stitches between them. This will create a 2 by 2 rib effect on the top of the pockets. In the next part, I will navigate you through how to create the bottom of the pocket. Here are 2 diagrams for the right and left. The black will be part 1 and the pink will be part 2. The pocket foundation chain has to be done with hook 2-3 sizes larger than your working hook size. The method is the similar as for the body and sleeves part. If you use crochet hook of 5 mm for the main work, then chain foundation stitches with a hook size of 6 mm or 6.5 mm. For example, chain 30 chains with a hook size of 6 mm, and after that add 2 additional chain stitches with a working hook of 5 mm, and work 1 treble crochet UK or 1 double crochet US into a 4th chain stitch from the hook, and work WS or treble UK stitches to form the pocket. Once again, when you work cluster stitches with the chain stitches at the beginning of the row, chain 2 only, and the 3rd chain stitch will be added automatically when you join the WS or treble UK together with the 2 chain stitches. After crocheting each crochet motif, if you have enough yarn left, then please measure approximately 4 times the length on the connecting side plus the tail for weaving the ends, or chain loose stitches around it to make sure you have enough for seaming. The top part of the pocket has to be laid over the edge of the bottom piece, both sides facing you. Secure the edges and use the slip stitch seaming technique to join the pieces. After that, weave the loose ends to make sure they are out of the way before attaching the pockets to the front piece. Next, connect the pockets to the main piece. Place the pocket approximately 10 stitches for SM, 11 stitches for LXL, and 12 stitches for double and triple XL from each front side, and 12 rows from the bottom edge, excluding decorative border. Secure with the pins and join with the slip stitch method technique around the edge. Once again, make sure your stitches are not too tight and have elasticity throughout your work. This project has come to an end. Good luck with the project. Thank you for watching. I hope you've had great experience. For those who are new to my channel, if you like to see more videos in the future, please subscribe to be notified when I add a new video. Enjoy your day or evening, and I will see you soon.